Howdy soldiers, coming in hot with a real life video. I am currently in bed, recovering from surgery. I've talked about it on this channel a little bit before. I have chronic pain, which is caused from weakness in my abdominal wall lining, and last week I got a surgery to have mesh panels put in to reinforce the weak points. So now I am a really lame cyborg. If I did have any powers, I feel like this would give me the power to like deflect lasers or something. So I would just go into battle, like right hip first, in like full armor except for like a very exposed part of skin that's like the most vulnerable, but I could deflect lasers from it. So this is the story that I'm going to go with. I've also been drinking a lot of coffee, and I'm on a lot of pain meds, so I'm having a good day. While feeling very strange under the influence of pain medication and pain and coffee, I thought it would be fun to do the no disclaimers tag, because literally there is no filter right now. I gave you minimal effort here, and I'm gonna give you no disclaimers at all. So here's the no disclaimers tag. Number one is, what type of tropes in books annoy you the most? Hands down, the bad boy who acts really mean, but you're supposed, woo, painkillers, but you're supposed to be attracted to him because like being rude and being mean is somehow sexy. And look, I'm definitely a sucker for that like bad boy with a good heart who has like a troubled past and whatever, but like when you have a guy that's being really rude and awful and it's supposed to be like, oh, he just needs love to save him. Like, no, he needs therapy. If you want to have a character that has a troubled past and is like acting a little weird, that's fine. But when you have a guy that's like physically or emotionally abusing somebody and like it's supposed to be hot, I'm like, no, just no room for it. Get off my shelf, get out of my life. Number two is, what authors do you feel are overhyped or overrated? Gianni Han and Margaret Atwood. Don't like any of her short stories. I don't really like her other works. Like, I've tried to read Alias Grace and Handmaid's Tale like a million times, didn't like them. So I don't know, everyone's like, she's the straight life feminist writer, like, woo, Canada, Canadian writer, and like, yeah, that's great and all, and I'm sure she's a cool lady, but I just don't like her stuff, and I don't get why it's so intense. To all the boys I loved before, it's just freaking everywhere, and I'm just so sick of it. It's a story that's like, okay, I guess, the book's like, whatever, the show is much better, but then all these sequels are just the same book again. Like, there's nothing, I don't get it. Like, it's a cute idea, but I'm just like, I'm over hearing about it. Let's hear about other people who write stuff, right? Like, I'm done. Number three are, what are your least favorite books that you have read since joining BookTube? Poison Study by Maria Snyder? Is that her name? Because the love interest is like twice her age, like actually, and it's creepy and weird. Why is that a thing? Also, he's like rude too, and you're like, why do I like you? Like, I literally thought he was supposed to be a father figure, and then suddenly they're kissing, and I'm like, this feels very weird. I don't get why people like it so much. It's like cool in a theory, but very wrong in execution. Second one is The Queen's Thief by Megan Whalen Turner. Like, I was so excited for this because people were hyping it, being like, it's so good, and I thought it was so boring. Again, great idea, like, love the whole like thief who can steal anything, like, hell yeah, that's great, but I don't know if it's like I've just read better fantasy novels with the same idea or like what, but I didn't like it. Nope. Nope, I returned that right back to the store. Number four is a terrible ending that ruined an otherwise quality book. Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. That book was going to be so cool. I was so excited. What a dope concept. Great writing. And it was dark, and it was fairies, and it was like weird, creepy stuff, and I was like, I am here for this. And then the ending was just like, and we're done. The end. That book could have been 3 books long. And I know that there's a companion or sequel coming out, but again, she wrapped it up so weirdly that I don't know how the sequel's going to work out. Sequel? What kind of accent was that? That's a pain medicine accent. That's what that is. Number 5 is, which fictional characters do you wish didn't die, were not killed off? Something like that. This is pretty tricky because I find a lot of characters, like, even if I didn't want them to die, I understand why they did. The reason they die was to spur on another character, like help start a revolution or whatever, so like I'm not mad at them per se. I'm gonna just flip this question on its head and say that there are many books that I wanted more people to die and no one did. I don't know what that says about me, but I know that in a writing point, textbook point writing stuff, Wow, words. But I know in a writing sense, like, some of this just doesn't make sense. Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. So many more people should have died. And no one died. And it was weird. Number 6 is, what are some of your bookish pet peeves? If we're talking like physical book things, people dog-earing pages, I hate it. I hate it so much. I can't even do that with my textbooks. And also when you have a paperback, like folding over the cover to hold it to read it, gives me so much anxiety when I see people on the SkyTrain or like in transit like reading and they just folded the whole cover over and they're holding it and I'm like, And like, I'm not a book purist. Like, my books are dinged and scratched and some of them have like dirt on them from creative Instagram posts that I've done. But it just feels so wrong to me to like break the binding. And I know it means that the book's well loved, but nope, not any of my books. Not any of my books. Number 7. What are some books that you feel should have more recognition? Alright, here we go. Let me pull up the list. Angel Fall by Susan E. Deathless by Catherine M. Valente. We Are the Ants by Shawnee David Hutchinson. The Falconer by Elizabeth May. And The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. I also have a whole video, and maybe a second one soon, of underrated books, so I'll leave that link down below, and you can go check them out. Yay, cross-promotion. Number 8, what are your thoughts on censorship and banning books? I think it's some straight-up bullshit. I think it doesn't make any sense to ban something or censor books without talking about why, because if you say you can't read that, that's banned, but you don't explain why it's banned or why it's bad, people are just gonna be like, oh, well, like, why is it banned? It's like so taboo and interesting and cool, and like, I'm gonna be a rebel and read it anyway. So then you have all these people reading about stuff without understanding the context of it and why it shouldn't be used anymore, or why it's bad, or why that word's racist, or why this idea is out of fashion. So I don't think any book should be censored or banned, but I think that books that have problems about them or in them should be used as a learning opportunity so that people can collectively come together to decide why that information's bad and kind of like explain it away instead of just saying it's bad, you can't read that. And lastly, number 9, who do you tag? I tag all the word nerds. All of them. Everyone. I will leave all of their channels down below if I can remember. So that's Kelly, Erin, Megan, Desiree, and Kyra, who's also in there, and Emma, and is that everybody? I feel bad if that's not everybody. Me, I'm a word nerd. I'm the missing one, that's why. And I also tag my 2 friends, Emma and Emma, so M Cipran Vlogs and Ramble and Fangirl, and I will leave those channels down below as well. They are some of my coworkers and my friends, and they do book stuff as well, so go check them out. So that was my no disclaimers tag. Thank you all for watching. I am going to now edit this video because it's my 5th recovery day in bed. The surgery was minor and it went really well, so hopefully I should be healed up by the end of the week. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice to be able to walk around and like do physical exercise and like not cancel plans because like one of my organs is hanging out where it's not supposed to be. You know where I click to like the video, you know where I click to subscribe. I hope you guys all have a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!